welcome to video number 2 of our 7 video chakra series. Today we will learn about the second chakra, the sacral chakra, the house of our creativity. In Sanskrit, it is known as Svadhisthana. Svadhisthana. I hope I'm saying that right. And it is the second chakra as we make our way up the 7 main chakras. My name's Christine. I appreciate you joining me today. This is my first series, so this is my second video. I'm going to try to be mindful of the ums and okays in this video. Please just, again, know that I'm human, and if I trip up a little bit, I'm trying not to do a whole lot of editing on these videos, just coming at you one-on-one, real, live, juicy goodness, okay? So, Christine, we are doing a 7 video series on the chakras. Today is all about the second chakra, the sacral chakra. This is our house of creativity. It is where we draw a lot of inspiration from. It is the house of our pleasures, our love and hate. So I know it's kind of a duality, but it's where we pull all of those emotions from. Our addictions to whether it's material things, drugs, gambling, all of that stuff. It's our house of pleasures. It's our guilty pleasures, our not guilty pleasures, our sensuality. It's known as one's own abode. So if you think about the root chakra, the one we talked about last week, and how it's very grounded, very rooted, very fierce, it's very masculine. The sacral chakra is much more feminine. It governs our reproductive organs. It's where we get inspired. It's where life happens. It's where we create. It's where we draw inspiration and motivation, and kind of where ideas are nurtured. The sacral chakra is governed by the water sign, so that kind of makes sense when you think about emotions. And water, we're 2/3 water, makes up 2/3 of our body. So if you think about water sort of being this fluid and emotional sort of fluidity, I think it kind of makes more sense. It makes sense knowing that the sacral chakra is feminine and is, sort of a level up from our masculine, want to be safe, secure, and all of that good stuff in our root chakra. Okay, moving on. The sacral chakra is also governed by the color orange. So that bright, sort of vibrant orange color, if you can picture, if it's easy for you to picture, the nice, bright, vibrant orange color, that can help you in balancing your chakra. It is the seed sound, the bijou sound for the sacral chakra, so for Svadhisthana, is VAM. V-A-M. So again, like last week, if it's easier for you to visualize that bright orange color, or if it's easier for you to repeat that seed sound, VAM, over and over, you can say it out loud, or you can say it to yourself. We talked about it last week. The vibration of those different sounds helps to balance those chakras. Okay, so last thing before we get into our poses, 2 things, sorry. We want to be thinking about that mantra that we're going to take with us, something that we can repeat to ourselves over and over, not only today, But, you know, in the future, when we feel like maybe we need to balance out this sacral chakra. So that mantra can be, I am creative, I am inspired, I am unique, I am sensual, if you want to go there. I am, that's what I got. I am creative, I am inspired, I am special, I am unique, I belong. I feel like that's a good one still to know that this is our home. It's our abode. I belong. My personal chakra or mantra for this chakra is I am creative, inspired, and uniquely special. So I just like mashed all of them together. Feel free to shorten it, make it longer, but I do encourage you to write it down. Maybe not right this second, but if you need to pause the video and write it down, that's wonderful too. But you can be repeating that over and over in your head or out loud as we move through some of these poses or as you move through your day. That seed sound, Vam, the color orange. Finally, the sacred symbol for the Svadhisthana chakra is one of my favorites because I'm a moon child and I just really love the moon. And again, it kind of ties in that water sort of fluid goodness of the sacral chakra. So if you can imagine, and you can close your eyes or just imagine it with me, a crescent moon. So a very, like the smile of the Cheshire cat. A very small sliver of the moon, a very beautiful white crescent moon inside of a circle. And it's also pretty simple. It's not as complex as some of the other ones. So it's the crescent moon, the white crescent moon, inside of a circle, inside of an orange circle, and that orange circle has 6 petals. 6 petals. And the white crescent moon again represents that feminine quality of the chakra, the water that governs it and how it governs 2/3 of our body, also 2/3 of our planet, our emotions, our sensuality, our reactions, and our attachments. And it's also the same. It's also the same power that changes the tides and the seasons. And so if you think about that, you know, yes, it's feminine, kind of, I wouldn't say girly. It's still very powerful. This is where, excuse me, life comes from. This is where we create. This is where we're inspired. So just remembering those kind of, those things as we move through these poses and as you move through your day. It's a white crescent moon inside of a circle. This circle is a grayish blue. The petals on the outside of the circle are orange, and there are 6 of them. White crescent moon inside a grayish blue circle with 6 bright, vibrant, beautiful orange petals. Okay, now that we've gone through sort of the background of the sacral chakra and the things that go along with it, some of the interesting things that go along with it, we will work on some yoga poses, a few yoga poses. This is designed to be very beginner friendly. I love gentle yoga. I love holding and folding and breathing. So if you need to slip into something comfortable, please do. Know that you don't need anything with you. I have a block and a blanket. They won't even be used in this practice. So please pause this video if you need to, and we'll get started. I'm actually going to move these out of the way. One of the reasons that I'm doing this, it's it's not important to me, but I really enjoy sharing interesting like facts or knowledge or things that are interesting to me, things that I really like getting into. So I get kind of excited. So thank you again for following along, and please feel free to ask questions in the comments. You can share this, you can comment, likes, all of that good stuff helps us to bring it to more folks. And yeah, and let's get started. I'm going to turn to the side, but you don't need to. I just would like you to be able to see what's going on here. So I'm actually going to come a little bit here. Coming to you again from my grandma's living room. Also moved some stuff around, but it's very special to me to be able to do it here. So just gratitude to the universe for allowing this space. And the first pose we'll do is a gentle forward fold. So go ahead and get yourselves seated, kick those legs out. Take a breath just to quiet the mind. Quiet the body. Okay. So the first pose is just a very basic forward fold. Seated forward fold, and your toes are going to be flointed. They're not super flexed and they're not super pointed. They're just pointed up towards the ceiling. Flointed, which is apparently a real word, so just saying. Bring both arms up. Use a nice big inhale, big stretch, and exhale to hinge forward. Now, if this is your first fold of the day, ease yourself into it. Let those shoulders drape. If you need to lift the knees up to make it more comfortable, please do. Reaching for the feet. Maybe you can grab the ankles. Whatever is available is perfect. And we're just breathing nice and deep. Nose pointed down towards the knees. Every few breaths, you might notice yourself coming a little closer. That's just gravity doing its job, helping us out. So just even from right here, I want you to start to realize or bring your awareness to that space. It's between your, halfway between your belly button and your private parts. Halfway up is going to be where the sacral chakra sits. So if you want to just kind of visualize that ball of energy right there, right where we're folded into, maybe you're breathing into it and you can feel it sort of expanding and contracting. Notice the energy sort of swirling around. Maybe it looks kind of like smoke. Maybe it just looks like kind of like a lightning strike, just that pretty energy. But it's orange, right? It's orange. I am creative. Nicely done. Slowly walk yourself up. Very good, very good. We're going to twist. So bringing your right leg up. A little bit of room here. We're not folding, so we don't need quite as much space as we did last week. I'm going to be turning the opposite direction, and we're really just going to be holding and squeezing and breathing into this leg, okay? So your left arm will reach up with a big inhale, and on the exhale, we'll turn and twist. Opposite hand can come behind you. An inhale will bring us back to center very gently. Nicely done. I'm dropping this leg, this knee down, and I'm going to turn my torso slightly just so that my torso is now in line with this straight leg. Using another big inhale, we'll reach up, and our exhale will hinge us forward. You might notice you can come a little closer this time. Maybe not. Again, no matter where you're at, is perfect for today. Again, reaching the nose, tucking the chin in.
Oh God, oh, you're doing that's good. That's good.
That's good.
That's very good.
Thank you. Inhale, we come up. Bring this leg in and back down.
Are you filming?
I'm filming. Say hi to Grandma. Just give me a few more minutes, okay? Okay.
I'm fine.
So we'll twist on this side. Please bring the opposite leg up. Your left leg. Left leg. I think. I'm not mirroring this time. Opposite leg up, please. Little bit of space in between. Bring that right arm up. Big inhale. Turn to twist. You're just holding on to this knee. Opposite hand can come out. Using that breath. Lengthening. Deepening. Very good. We'll come back to center. Inhale. Shake it out. Drop that knee down. If you need to adjust, that's fine. We're not robots here. We make those adjustments as we need to. Turn that torso a little bit this way. Big inhale to reach up. Exhale to hinge and fold. Tucking your chin. Bending this knee as much as you need to. Reaching for that foot. Feeling this nice long stretch here. Should feel pretty good. Very nice. Gently coming on back up. We'll kick both legs around. Come on to all fours for our tabletop position. Okay? Just a few gentle cat-cows here. Again, I want you to draw your attention, focus your awareness on that space between your privates and your belly button, about halfway. Right here is your sacral chakra. Okay? Svadhisthana. On all fours, gentle bend in your elbows. A few cat-cows just to warm it up. Inhale, we lift up. Exhale, arch the back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, arch the back. Last time. Exhale. Very good. The next sort of little spine workout we'll do is what I call a C-spine or a tail check. So we inhale with our nose down, looking in between our hands. And on the exhale, we'll turn and twist. Look at a hip. Inhale back to center. Exhale, turn and look at the other hip. Back to center. Do that 2 more times. Inhaling, look at that first side. Exhale back to center. Finish off. Inhale, opposite side. Exhale back to center. Last time. Looking at that hip, really feeling that side body open. Back through center. And last exhale, turning to the hip. Back to center. Now for a few breaths, I want you guys to just move your spine in a way that feels good. Freestyle yoga. Any sort of little stretch that feels good in that spine or in those hips. making our way to the first downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up high. Downward facing dog. Pedal your feet. Lift those hips up nice and high. Look up at your hands and gently step your way forward. Rolling it up gently. I really hate to do this, but I want to make sure that it's still recording, so hold on. Haha. Right on. Okay. So, we are standing. We made our way to a standing position. I'm not going to move my mat around, but I'm probably going to be doing this stuff head on. So, just know I'll be off my mat. Oh my gosh. You don't need a yoga mat in order to do yoga. Who would have thought? So, if I'm pretending that I'm at the front of my mat, I'm going to, come into a crescent lunge. Crescent lunge. So stepping the left foot back. My right toes are pointed forward. These back toes are going to be pointed forward as well, and your heel might even come off the mat. So we're going to dip into this front knee, bending this front knee. Should be able to see your toe. I think we talked about that last time. Always should be able to see your toe. When you have found your balance, if you need to widen your stance a little bit, that's perfect. Helps with the balance. When you feel like you are balanced enough, we're going to bring both arms, up and sort of over. Breathing nice and deep here. Feeling those nice stretches in the side body, and the hip flexor on this back side. Reach that heel down. Evenly distribute your weight. See if you can arch your back a little bit more, maybe even looking up at the ceiling. Very good. Use an exhale. Come on back down. Let's bring the hands to the hips. Step forward carefully. Shake yourself out. All right. In between our crescent lunges, we're going to come into our goddess pose. Notice what I'm doing here with the moon and the goddess and the femininity, sensuality. All right, so our feet are going to be pointed outwards towards the short edges of our mat. Going to bend both knees, right? So if you need to widen your stance so that you're not too much like this, we want nice wide, nice stacking of these joints, okay? Hands can come to the hips or they can come to prayer at heart center. This is our goddess pose. Well, I think technically this is goddess pose. So you can really light this up. It's a very active pose. And if you want to take it a step further, you can lift one heel at a time. This is a goddess dance. You can try to lift both heels off the mat. You can do a little rocking from side to side. This is fun, right? On the heels. Working those quads, working those hamstrings. This is fun. I think this is a Pilates move, maybe, or ballet, just in general. Whew. All right, are we ready? All right, hands back to the sides. Go ahead and straighten those legs. You can heel toe your feet together so that we meet back on the front of the mat. We're almost done here. Last crescent lunge. So from the top, you'll step the opposite leg back. It's my right. Oh, geez. Again, front toes pointed towards the front. Back toes also pointed towards the front. Heels probably gonna lift. That's okay. Bend into this front knee. Should be able to see that toe. If you need to widen this, widen or widen. Do whatever you need to do so that you feel balanced, so that you feel safe. And again, remember that ball of energy right here that we're working on, balancing and tuning with these poses. Maybe repeating that mantra, maybe repeating that seed sound. Whatever's working for you, keep going. We're almost there. Bring both arms up. This hip flexor for some reason is really sore this morning, so this feels super good. Whoa. Looking at a spot that doesn't move, you can find a spot on the wall, on the ceiling, on the floor. It's going to help you to balance yourself out. Very good. Use an exhale. Come on, back down. Stepping forward. Shake yourself out. Very nice. Okay. We'll release these hips by doing, it's kind of a half sun salutation. My teacher training called it the Trini. It's 3 poses, 1 breath, 1 movement. We're just basically taking out the chaturanga of the sun salutation. So from the top of your mat, just want to release these hips a little bit. Inhale, bring both arms up. Woo. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, hinge it back down. Why don't you hang out here for a second? Maybe walking those hands around, just loosening up those hips. Our next pose is going to be pigeon pose. So you can get to it from a downward facing dog, and if that's in your practice, why don't you just find a downward facing dog? If that's not in your practice and you need an easier way to get into pigeon, come back down into your table, onto all fours. So easy either way. If you are in your downward facing dog, you can lift your right leg up and back, and on the exhale, find that pigeon. So what that's going to look like is your right leg is going to come down onto the mat, okay? Your shin is on the mat. Now, just kind of lower yourself down safely, right? Just being mindful, being careful. Looking back at this foot, is this leg straight? Is it kind of lopsided? Just making those adjustments as you need to. This leg will either be closer to the body or out. It's a much different sensation, so just whatever works for you. If it's too intense and you need some support on this back hip, you can get a block, a pillow, a rolled up blanket, and just put it underneath the tush on this side. Okay, so we've made our way into a semi-comfortable pigeon posture. Nice long spine, and roll yourself down. We won't hang out here for very long. It can be very intense. So please feel free to revisit this pose later, or if you want to hang out here a little longer, you can absolutely do that. I like to kind of roll myself, roll that weight over. Very good. Slowly make your way back up. Tucking this back toe creates space so that this front leg can come out and back. Either through your downward dog or from your table. We'll set up for the other side, okay? So left side is going to come in. And this side is going to probably feel a lot different than the other side. You might not even be able to have quite as much access as the other side. But that's okay, it doesn't matter. Wherever you're at today is perfect. Remember that nice long spine, and then folding down into a sort of sleeping pigeon. Really nice stretch right here, also on the inner thigh. Pigeon pose is one of my favorites. Remembering that mantra. Feeling that ball of energy is nice and balanced now. It seems to be flowing freely. Okay. Very good. Slowly and carefully making your way up, either through a downward facing dog or back into a table. All right, last pose is Sphinx pose. I don't know if I have quite enough room. What we're gonna do is lower all the way down, come onto your forearms, like a sphinx, like the pyramids, right? And just close the eyes or soften the gaze and really draw your awareness to that point, right? This is a really good one for your awareness, and breathing into that space, that sacral chakra area. Imagining that bright orange color. Keeping your shoulders out of the ears. Relax your jaw. Vam. Vam. I am creative, inspired, and uniquely special. Very nice, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to stay here as long as you need to. Ooh, I'm gonna lift myself up. A good counter pose to that Sphinx pose is a just regular child's pose with your knees together. Oh. That feels good, just to counteract that Sphinx posture. Feel free to lie down and take a few moments in Shavasana. Also, a seated meditation would be lovely right here. Go ahead and repeat that mantra or that seed sound, or visualize that beautiful red orange color. We got through it. Second chakra complete. I really, really am grateful for you guys joining me again today. I think we're getting better. We'll see. We are definitely better together. If it is in your practice and you are ready to bring the hands to heart center, again, genuinely very grateful for you watching. Please like, share, comment, do all those things. Ask questions, invite other people to watch. I appreciate it very much. From the light in me to the light in each and every single one of you beautiful yogis, namaste.